Good to see you. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to track Phoebe down at the station. She probably managed to get off the train somehow. Uniforms are already looking for her, but now we have another problem. There's been another murder. We need to go to the crime scene and discuss all the details. A murder took place tonight. Victim is Alistair Ryde, insurance broker and gambling club owner. He was killed right there. His throat was slit, just like the previous victims. However, we've found no connection between him and John Beckinsale or Alexander Thurpin. Let's take a look around and search for clues. Oh, and take this. It might come in handy. What do you think? The method of killing definitely seems similar, but could Phoebe have killed him in the time frame we have? Oh, you're right. She does have an accomplice. Michael Sweeney, who escaped from prison. Good thing you're my consultant. I somehow missed that important detail. We need to find out how Alastair Ride is connected to the deceased. I'm sure this thread will lead us to either Phoebe or her lover, Michael. Let's not waste any time. And here, take this. You'll need it. The investigation of the artist's case. It's the case Michael Sweeney was charged with. So Alastair was involved. We should check out that private detective.
It's a pleasure to welcome you to Joseph Wilson's office. I'm Juliet, his secretary. Do you require the services of a private investigator? The boss isn't here yet. He's gone somewhere. If you need something specific, I'll try to help you. Since you are the police, we also have an archive. If you're interested in old cases, you can look in there. Great! Then I'll open it up for you. Unfortunately, you can't talk to Mr. Wilson at this moment, as I've said, but you're welcome to stay here and look around. I've got some sorting to do, so if you'll excuse me, call for me if you need anything.
Joseph Wilson decided to investigate the case himself. And there is not only a photo of Phoebe Beckinsale, but we can also see Theo Stevens. Isn't that the barber from Beckinsale's barber shop? We've got to go there. Get away from him, Mr. Stevens. You're under suspicion of murder.
Oh, thank you for saving me. My name is Joseph Wilson. I'm a private investigator. I realize that Theo Stevens and Michael Sweeney are the same person, but I was hoping to talk to him. I'm sorry, though I'm not sure I can talk about it just now. Okay, I'll tell you everything. I was collecting evidence against Michael Sweeney. Since I was hired by John Beckinsale, I knew right away that the case was fraudulent and that Michael was innocent. But the amount Beckinsale offered, it could save my business from ruin, keep me afloat. I had to fake the evidence to fool the police. When I heard that Judge Alexander Thurpin had died, followed by John Beckinsale, I immediately knew it was connected to a case from 10 years ago. Theo Stevens, or Michael Sweeney, as we now know, escaped from prison, and now he wants revenge. After all, it was Beckinsale who demanded that I tamper with evidence against Michael. And I feel guilty that all these murders are my fault. I was gonna solve them and then turn myself in, but you beat me to it. Juliet! What are you doing? Put the gun down!
No! It was you, Mr. Wilson. You tampered with the evidence against Michael. You're responsible for him going to jail and my sister marrying that beastly Beckinsale. Phoebe should never have lived that life. Should never have suffered. And you got away with it. But now, I'm gonna fix it. And I'm not gonna let you, detectives, follow my sister and Michael.
Thank you, but we have to stop her. We'll take care of the rest later. Thanks for your help. I have to take her and Joseph to the police station. They need to be examined and questioned. Follow Theo Stevens. I'll catch up with you as soon as I'm free.
My dear Phoebe, we can finally start a new life. Let's just run away together. You are no longer bound to this tyrant.
It's been so long. We're not the same anymore. I won't go with you.
What? Phoebe, you're out of your mind. We can run away and start our lives over.
No, one of us will have to stay.
It's you. I must admit, you're an excellent detective. It's a pity there wasn't someone like you around 10 years ago. Phoebe and I loved each other. We were going to get married. But her beauty captivated not only me. Beckinsale was crazy about her too. Phoebe's family is poor, and they were easily deceived. By taking their property, Beckinsale forced Phoebe to marry him. The only obstacle was me. Beckinsale bribed a detective, a judge, and an insurance broker. I was accused of murdering an artist, and Phoebe's family lost their home. escaped and changed my appearance. I wanted retribution. But I didn't want to kill John Beckinsale. I wanted to leave him with nothing. But I didn't take one thing into account. Phoebe was suffering too. And her desire for revenge and to get rid of Beckinsale was so strong. When Phoebe killed Beckinsale, my plan fell apart. I had to act quickly to save her. Phoebe's love for me must have grown cold by now. She's been through too much. I'm afraid she doesn't know how to love anymore. Spending her life next to Beckinsale? That would make anyone cruel. Take this. It's a map of the maze, so you can follow Phoebe.
Don't I deserve a quiet life? They were all supposed to die, and Michael would have taken the blame. But you intervened. If it wasn't for you, I could have pulled this off and lived my life in peace. I'm not giving up that easily. Michael, you have to help me. We're gonna start over.
I was a fool to believe you, Phoebe. This ends here and now!
I got here just in time. I'm glad you're okay. You managed to apprehend the criminals, and now we can finally arrest them. Joseph Wilson has told everything about the investigation and John Beckinsale's bribery of a whole group of powerful people. Michael and Phoebe will be punished for all the crimes they've committed. I even have some sympathy for them, but there's no excuse for their cruelty. Thanks to you, we can finally close this case.